I'm Chris Seislove, and this is the Vickers padded sling. So very shortly after the original Vickers sling, which is 1.25 inch webbing, no pad, as you can guess, a lot of people were like, we kind of like a pad. So Vickers padded sling. Biggest question we get is, why would I want a pad, or what makes it different? And here's kind of my answer to that. If your rifle is a little bit on the heavy side, which this one is not, all right, but you can imagine thermal, laser, light, suppressor, you know, bit of a longer gun, bit of a heavier gun for whatever reason. And combined with, I'm doing a lot of shooting with that gun with just a t-shirt on, i.e. not, you know, body armor, combat equipment, things like that. Then by all means, you know, having a pad run across your back and your neck is kind of advantageous because it's wider, it's softer, it's not going to bite into your neck as much as just the raw 1.25 inch webbing. So padded sling. The front of the sling is a Vickers sling with the Vickers quick adjust pull tab. Nothing changed there. What has changed though is the design of this sling. You get this middle section of which we can make a lot of adjustments right here. So that's going to come in later in a second. This particular padded sling does not have any sewn in hardware. So you get raw tri-glide in the front, raw tri-glide in the rear, of which you can put any mounting hardware you want on it. In this case, I have 2 push buttons, front and rear, for this particular rifle. So to mount the push buttons onto the sling is just, you know, pull that free running tail out of the tri-glide, through push button, and back through the tri-glide. Easy day there. So the padded sling, because we have especially a padded sling without sewn in hardware, which is this model, we have a lot of adjustability because we can adjust it up here. We're going to be able to adjust this entire center section. We can also adjust it for length back here. So of all of the Vickers slings, this one is the longest. It gives you the largest sling you can possibly get if, for whatever reason, you need a very long sling, is the padded Vickers sling. But we can also adjust it down to, you know, normal sling lengths. So now that I have the mounting hardware on there, let's see if it's sized right. Spoiler alert, it's not. All right, so front push button, good. Since I'm right-handed, I would like to mount the sling to the right side of the buttstock, as such. So now that the sling is mounted to the gun, let's see if it's gonna be sized correctly for me. And the answer is absolutely not. So even at full tightness, it's still obviously quite loose, so that's not going to do it for me. So again, when we're sizing the Vickers sling, step one is always pull the adjuster tab kind of back to the middle of your workspace, somewhere between your armpit and wherever you have it mounted on the front of the gun. So this is about good right here. Now, because it's a padded sling, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lot of the slack out of this center section of the sling. And to do that, just remove the free running end from these 2 tri-glides. It's down a bit. All right, let's see if that's going to do it. Oop. So now we're here. Let me see if at full tightness, there we go. Now I have a tension sling that's going to give me a 5th point of contact on the gun, and it's sized correctly for me and the weapon system. Now, if when you're done with your sizing, you wind up with some excess that you don't like, you don't want it there, you got 2 options. One, I like to just wrap it back through. You can fit 3 widths of sling through these tri-glides. That'll clean it up just like that. Or if you're sizing it for this weapon system, you're gonna just always have it on this weapon system, then by all means, this webbing material is very amicable just cut it and get a lighter and whip the end, burn the end, and it will never fray on you. So you can either fold it back over and keep it if you're gonna use it for different people, different weapon systems, and you wanna retain the ability to always size it. Option 1. Option 2 is size it to you and the gun, cut it, burn it with a lighter, and it will never fray. So all in all, Vickers padded sling. Fantastic option for heavier guns, or you're doing a lot of shooting in a t-shirt. That pad really comes in handy. You can buy it in a raw configuration like I just showed you, or we do have some with sewn in hardware options, but padded Vickers sling.